Hello, listeners, and welcome to another thrilling episode of Boardom, the economics of board games. Last week on the podcast, we uncovered the deep socioeconomic secrets of Connect 4. This week, we're going to uncover the similarities between 4 basic market structures and 4 popular board games. So, first things first, what are the 4 basic market structures and what differentiates them? First up, we have perfect competition. In this market system, all products are standardized, and there's one buyer for every seller. There are many sellers, and it's easy to enter and exit the market. Next comes monopolized competition. They're similar in many ways, but have fewer sellers, less standardized products, and it's harder to enter and exit the market while still being relatively easy. Next, we have oligopolies, which are markets dominated by around 4 to 5 companies. Their products are pretty similar, largely differentiated by small features and customizability. The companies have a relatively large control over prices, and it's extremely difficult to enter and exit the market. Last but not least are total monopolies. These are completely dominated by one company. They're the only company who sells their product, and therefore they have full control over the pricing. Entering and exit the market is outright impossible. Now we get to the interesting part, comparing the 4 core market systems. First, we have Pit, a classic game oddly similar to Perfect Competition. First coming out in 1904, Pit is a card game about trading resources with others. All players have the same amount of cards, and there is a same amount of buyers and sellers, just like Perfect Competition. Next is a more obscure game, Boss Monster. In this game, up to 4 players compete to build the best dungeon possible in order to lure possible heroes to your own. This is similar to a monopolistic competition system, because in both of them, various sellers with differentiated products compete for buyers. Third are the similarities between oligopolies and the popular tabletop game Ticket to Ride. In this game, up to 5 players play as competing railroad companies, trying to build railroads across the U.S. Similarly to oligopolies, they all have similar products, aka railroads, and only difference being the color and placement of them. And last but not least, this game needs no introduction. Monopoly is arguably the most popular board game of all time. This is a perfect example of real-life monopolies. Even though the game starts off as an oligopoly, the goal of the game is to become a true monopoly. In this game, you strive to take control of the whole market and bankrupt your opponents just like a real monopoly would. And that's it for today's episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. Come back next time where we're going to talk about the communist tendencies of Chutes and Ladders. See ya!